Today we are in Relleu, which is actually a town just outside of Alicante. It's about 2 hours away from Valencia in the car, so it's a little bit of a drive. It's a little bit cold today, that's why we've got many layers on.
Winter in the Valencian community has this quiet charm to it. The air feels sharper, the colours get muted, and even the smallest villages seem to take on a different personality. Instead of staying in the city, we decided to head inland and explore places that don't usually make it on the typical tourist list.
I've been here for no more than 5 minutes and I've already taken off 2 layers. So I had my coat over the top. It's not due to rain until like 5 o'clock and we're not going to be here that long. Then underneath that I also had a thermal jumper and both. When the sun's out and you're walking, it's warm enough.
The whole idea was to get away from the noise a bit, breathe, stretch our legs, and see a side of Spain's identity that you don't normally see on postcards. But you really should, because these places are beautiful. That's why we started looking for places that felt different. Not necessarily off-grid, but places that sit outside the usual coastal routine.
So as you can imagine, here there are no restaurants or bars or anything, so we prepared sandwiches and some snacks for the day. So we've got everything at the ready. So if you're planning on doing something like this, then make sure you do the same. Today is not that hot, so we haven't got sun cream or anything, but we've got plenty of water just in case we need it. But if you're looking at doing something a bit more outdoors, this could be it. And every so often we like to do things like this, not necessarily going to the cities, but just checking out, you know, the nature here in Spain. There's lots of lovely places you can visit. And this is just one of them. And especially here, now that we're in winter here in Spain, it's a lot warmer than in the UK. In the UK, you wouldn't want to do something like this during the winter. Or maybe some people would. Personally, no thank you.
The first one was Relleu, a small mountain village not far from Alicante, and incredibly close to Villajoyosa. It's the kind of place you've probably driven past without even realizing what's hiding behind the hills. Relleu isn't just a random mountain walk, it's an actual experience. When you arrive, the first thing they do is hand you a safety helmet, which already tells you what kind of day you're about to get into.
So we've got this helmet on.
You pay for access and then you follow a marked route that leads you to a man-made walkway, built directly into the side of a valley. It's not natural at all. Someone has engineered this entire path so visitors can walk across the cliffs safely and enjoy the views without needing climbing gear. The walkway itself is impressive. It's suspended along the rock face, following the curve of the valley, and it gives you a perspective you'd never get otherwise. You're basically walking above the void, with a deep valley far below and the cliffs rising around you. The structure is solid, but you still feel exposed. That slight adrenaline kick makes the whole thing more memorable.
Not gonna lie, I can feel my stomach a little bit.
It's designed as a day-out attraction, accessible, safe, and scenic. Families go, groups go, hikers go. And even people who aren't normally into outdoor stuff enjoy it because the infrastructure does the hard work for you. You're not scrambling or climbing cliffs. You're walking a purpose-built route that lets you experience the landscape in a dramatic way.
Oh, okay. Oh, this feels so weird. I don't like this. Okay, it's fun.
The whole thing feels like a blend between nature and engineering, a curated way to explore a valley that would otherwise be difficult or dangerous to access. The atmosphere is still beautiful, especially in winter. The air is cold, the colours are muted, and the walkway gives you these huge open views that make the valley feel bigger. So maybe it could fit well for a day out and try something different.
So one thing I would say is after a little bit of time, I felt a little bit more comfortable. I suppose it's like a little bit more exposure. Eventually you just get more comfortable. Look at the views. This is the thing, there's a lot of people coming around and you need to wait in the corners. So I tried to give a quick call to my mum, my dad and my sister. And out of all 3, just my sister answered. But they're going to need to wait until this video that you guys are seeing now before they can see it now. But yeah, we have completed it. We're not quite on flat ground yet, but we're not on the bridge anymore.
After finishing the hike, we took a moment to breathe, warm up, and then start heading back north towards Valencia. But instead of going straight home, we decided to make a detour. About 40 minutes from Relleu, near the village of Benilloba, there's an area called Els Molins. We'd seen it on the map and it looked interesting enough to justify the stop. And honestly, it turned out to be one of the best decisions of the day.
It's cold again, hence why I've got all my layers back on. But we're looking for some benches to have a little makeshift picnic.
Els Molins sits along the Rio Freinos, also known as the Rio Penàguila, a river that cuts through a narrow limestone gorge.
So we have actually spotted the benches, but they're quite far away and we kind of have to walk like around in order to get to the point to get to the benches. So that's what we're trying to figure out right now. So they are just here, but we've got a problem, which is the car is way over this way somewhere. We're going to head back, get the car and move it closer. And as we were walking back, I started to warm up again. I'm not taking all my layers off, but just the hat and the hoods I had on. But yeah, when you're moving around, it's not too bad. In fact, when the sun's out, it's still very nice.
The route there is called the Senda dels Molins, and it's a short, beautiful walk filled with small historical details. You pass the Font de la Teoralia, an old spring, and the remains of the aqueduct that once channeled water through the area. There are also multiple ruins worth seeing. Even in winter, the place feels alive. A little further along, after crossing a stone bridge, you reach the main attraction, the Molí del Salt. This mill dates back to around 1760. It was rented out to local millers until 1865, when it was sold to a gentleman who happened to be the British consul in Valencia. Later, in 1899, it was bought again and became the town's first hydroelectric plant, known as La Fábrica de la Llum. It stayed in use until the 1940s, when small local producers were absorbed into a larger hydroelectric company. Today, the mill is in advanced ruin. The roof is gone, the walls are exposed, and the whole structure clings to the rock above the river. But that's exactly what makes it so atmospheric. It feels like a forgotten industrial cathedral hidden in a canyon. And this is where our day took a turn. My friend had this idea that he wanted to film an atmospheric sequence of him entering the ancient flour mill. He went ahead of the group, trying to get his shot. But he wasn't really watching where he was stepping, and he fell. Thankfully, he didn't hurt himself badly. Just a bruised ego and a funny clip.
Huh? Oh. ¿Oh, sí? Dios mío.
Relleu and Benilloba aren't the typical tourist stops. They're quiet, tucked away, and easy to miss. But that's exactly why they're worth visiting. You get cliff walks, century-old mills, and landmarks shaped by time, all without crowds, without noise, without the usual coastal chaos. It's winter exploration at its best. Raw, peaceful, and full of surprises. And a little change of pace, which, let's be fair, change can be what we need from time to time.
If you enjoyed this one, check out this one here. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.